accommodations, your pack weight might be only around 10 pounds, making it much easier to cover unholy distances or scramble up a talus field. Or you can be a real mensch and secretly stash a six-pack of Summit beers. Even if you don't imbibe, you will be an instant legend when you deliver a life-changing libation after a grueling high-altitude climb. Whatever you carry, don't be a rube and skimp on the 10 essentials, which we reveal on page 32, because you want to save a few ounces. Even if you don't end up needing the gear, you could save someone else's tail on the trail. A further word on safety. Anecdotally, day hikers are the most likely to get stuck in an unintentionally undesirable situation. When you're backpacking, you have your entire world on your shoulders, and in most circumstances, you can safely pitch a tent if the weather takes a nasty turn. With a lightweight day pack, you are either going to have to construct a shelter out of the flimsy shell jacket and granola bar from the bottom of your pack, or optimistically hope Les Stroud is sharing your trail today. It can happen fast. On a day trip to the Angela Adams Wilderness several years back, one of our friends went for a quick hike in running shoes, a t-shirt, and the kind of shorts that reveal a blinding amount of upper man thigh. He was an experienced backcountry hiker as well as an accomplished marathoner. Yet 15 minutes after departing camp, he slipped while traversing the snowfield, and without an ice axe to arrest, he slid hundreds of feet down to the lake below. Although he left camp on a 75-degree midsummer day, temps were in the mid-40s when he limped the several miles back to camp 12 hours later. Aside from a gruesome ice rash, although we all agreed it was karma for wearing the short shorts, and moderately wounded pride, he was lucky to be no worse for wear. Overnights. There are entire tomes dedicated to the fine art of selecting overnight backpacking locations, so we shall not endeavor to condense them to a few hundred words here. However, we would offer some valuable lessons learned. Start with attainable mileage goals. If you get to camp sooner than expected, congrats. Go fishing, or enjoy your book or the unbridled company of friends who are temporarily released from the tyranny of their cellular devices. We are #blessed to live in one of the most geographically gifted countries in the world. We've backpacked in Tasmania, Jordan, New Zealand, South Africa, Iceland, and others. And if we were told we could only hike in one country for the balance of our coexistence, we would choose the American West and never look back. Once you get a few local trips under your belt, pick an iconic American destination and book it. Also, take the time to dig deeper than the first page of Google results. Yes, everyone should visit the Canyonlands if they can, but have you ever heard of Red Break and Escalante National Monument? Or in addition to Yosemite's Half Dome, check out Second Lake in the Palisades. It is the best bang-for-buck overnight in existence, in our humble opinions. If the forecast looks sketchy, don't be afraid to bail. Every year, people perish thanks to lightning strikes, flash floods, and a host of other avoidable natural causes. Yes, it is extremely difficult to pull the plug on the Zion trip you've been planning for months, but that is significantly better than asking a loved one to make the decision on whether to pull your plug after a search and rescue scrapes you from the bottom of a slot canyon without a pulse. The summits will be here tomorrow. Make sure you are too. Dispersed camping. This is where we indulge. In our chronologically advanced state, we've developed a new appreciation for dispersed camping, which is a particular variety of car camping. Previously, I believed car camping meant you were stuffed into an organized campground with loud stores, cranky generators, and a peculiar number of white windowless vans. But that is only for those unwilling to do a little homework.
Thankfully, I showed him the error of his ways.
Certain wilderness areas such as National Forest and BLM land, that's the Bureau of Land Management, allow dispersed camping at large or in designated sites, and it's usually free. One of our favorite spots is along the Laramie River in northern Colorado's Arapahoe National Forest. We pulled up in late summer to a hazy, backlit campsite with our own private swimming hole and a decrepit, yet romantic, old cabin that had misplaced its roof years before. After rigging hammocks, we kicked up our feet and swayed in a breeze, reveling in our superior intelligence that had accidentally led us to this location. Or here is another one of our favorite plays. See if there's a national forest that abuts your favorite national park. For example, when visiting Bryce Canyon National Park, we stayed 30 minutes away in Dixie National Forest, where the camping is free, and we had a private creekside campsite to ourselves. Even though the paid campgrounds are booked in the park months in advance, we showed up in early summer and had no trouble finding a site. The added bonus, since we were camping with our 7-month-old daughter, we didn't have neighbors giving us salty looks the next morning because of her random bouts of wailing in the middle of the night. Take a look at the public land.